Israel declaring war. That's after a terrorist attack by the Palestinian militant group Hamas over the weekend.
More than 700 are dead in Israel, including 4 Americans. In Palestine, at least 400 are dead, thousands injured on both sides.
As ABC's Justin Finch reports now, the U.S. is already mobilizing its military to help.
This morning, Israeli forces unleashing relentless airstrikes targeting the Gaza Strip after formally declaring war in the wake of a surprise strike from the Palestinian militant group Hamas.
I don't know if you just heard that. That's the sound of a mortar coming in from Gaza. This is being fired by Hamas militants while Israelis are trying to deal with Hamas, not just across in Gaza, but also here, still inside Israel.
Israel pounding hundreds of targets in the Palestinian territory, retaliation for what's being called the worst attack on Israel in 50 years.
That is intolerable for any democracy. It's intolerable for Israel.
Over delete altitude restriction.
The U.S. mobilizing military assistance for Israel, deploying a carrier strike group to the Middle East, the Pentagon sending weapons and ammunition, and U.S. warships and fighter jets en route.
The United States stands with Israel. We will not ever fail to have their back.
The White House pledging continued support for Israel while working around the clock with Palestinian officials and leaders across the region to stem the fighting.
I think it's not about all kinds of issues. It's not Arabic and Israelis and Jews. It's really about humanity.
Across Israel, families pleading for Hamas to release loved ones being held hostage, including young children and the elderly. Near the Gaza-Israel border, Hamas rockets targeting a music festival with many young Israelis attending. Officials reporting hundreds of bodies later recovered at the scene. In Gaza, city streets in shambles, a mosque leveled. This man says the attack scared the elderly, children, and women nearby. The State Department hasn't officially connected Iran to the Hamas attack, but a senior official says the agency isn't ruling out Iran may have had some influence. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Across the world, the Israel-Hamas war has been garnering support from both sides.
Here in West Michigan, a vigil was held last night in honor of the hundreds of Jewish people killed this weekend. 13 on your side's Trevier Gonzalez joins us live from Temple Emmanuel in Grand Rapids. Trevier, what was the message there?
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, this was definitely reflection and unity at a time that is certainly tough on the Jewish community here. Now, the conflict between Israel and Palestine has long been a complicated one, but last night the Jewish community really sort of came together and worked together to come as one. Now, yesterday evening, those with Temple Emmanuel held that vigil in honor of the more than 200 lives that were lost in what's been described as an unprecedented attack. Now, we saw dozens of community members in attendance, and like I said, really a moment of reflection. Even those within the Jewish community have their own differences. They said that last night they really came together as one.
We Jews might differ on many topics, but when it comes to the fight against terrorism in Israel, when it comes to the fight against anti-Semitism, we speak as one family. We speak with one voice.
That message was about an hour long in total. They also ended up saying that we might not know those individuals who did die on a close basis, but we are a part of the same family. Now, on social media, this was something in which the public themselves were completely invited. I haven't seen of any upcoming events, but this will continue to be a place of faith and for people to come together when it comes within the Jewish community. For now, we're live here in Grand Rapids. Trevier Gonzalez, 13 on your side.
Trevier, thank you. Lawmakers are now vowing to get Americans out of Israel and the Gaza Strip as quickly as possible. People there have been ordered to shelter in place for the time being as airlines cancel flights to and from that area.